All right. Welcome back. This is Tony A with YORUBADE, and I have an article for you all today that I thought was very much needed to be talked about. So usually when I see news when it comes to Nigeria or a lot of these West African countries, it's always negative. There's always some type of threat of violence, or there's terrorism, and it's so many negative things that's happening. In the region. So you start to get frustrated. You start to think, oh man, what's really going on? Is it even worth it going and doing some type of investment in West Africa? It's so dangerous and blah blah blah. No. So there's of course you're going to hear the bad stuff. That's the stuff that gets polarized a lot, but there's also a lot of good stuff that's going on that a lot of people don't boast up like that. So that's why I have this channel, so I can do my job and show you that there's actually people in Nigeria and other countries in West Africa that are actually doing good business, and they're doing a lot and starting basically bootstrapping. They didn't have a lot of money, and they were able to get seed capital because someone else believed in them, and now they're doing well. So for this video, I'm going to read for you, or this article that I'm going to read for you is about this Nigerian that came up with a solution to a problem that is happening in a lot of African countries. So I'm gonna go ahead and switch the screen, and as you can see, the heading is this Nigerian right here has come up with a way to provide electricity or solar energy to a lot of homes. And he actually, in this article, he actually talks about some points that I realized and I thought about when I was thinking about getting into the solar panel industry. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and read this article, and I'm just going to talk about some of the things that I've noticed and some of the thoughts I have in my head. So Nigerians are familiar with getting their electricity from off-grid sources, with the country's national power grid generating just a fraction of the population's energy needs. It is estimated that around 60 million individual Nigerians and over 85% of the country's businesses own personal power generating units. The vast majority of these are fossil fuel power generators. Part of the reason why generators, particularly diesel, have remained so pervasive is the high upfront cost and complexity of the alternative. Renewable energies such as solar that require a range of different components, including batteries, inverters, charge controllers, to store the energy, convert it to a useful state, and to regulate the flow of electricity. These components need to be imported from abroad, and repair work often requires specialist skills, which can be costly and hard to find. That is actually investment opportunity for someone that is in the renewable energy space. Like, hey, look, anything that deals, I talked about this in one of my videos, where anything that has a motor, anything that has electrical components, anything like that, it's always going to require maintenance. Anything with a motor is always going to require maintenance, and this is something that I notice a lot of people don't think about. They just think, specifically, even Nigeria, I noticed this myself, is they buy whatever product that they need, and then that's it, and then they just rest their hands like, all right, cool, this new is brand new, but they don't think about the maintenance costs and the ongoing maintenance of maintaining or the requirements of maintaining that product. So here you have Ogochukwu Uche Chukwu, co-founder of Greenedge Technologies, is on a mission to make it easier and cheaper for Nigerians to buy solar home systems by manufacturing them in Nigeria. So instead of just importing and exporting, this guy is actually trying to manufacture them, so that's good. And here's the story of from bedroom to factory. So one thing I have to say, I always like hearing about success stories of people starting really low and small, and all of a sudden you're doing this amazing thing. It's like you would have never thought, and it gives me a little bit of a boost for what I'm trying to do, which is like you start small, you don't think anyone is listening, and all of a sudden it's like you look back and you see your journey, you see, okay, you know what, this is actually doing a good thing. So like many other Nigerians, the Greenwich team found electricity to be a major issue while studying at the University of Nigeria. In Enugu, we were managing a serviced apartment rental business with a few other students while studying at the University of Nsukka. He says, but of course reliability of electricity was a major problem. We looked into buying solar, but it was very expensive, and then people simply can't afford it. So Uche, along with co-founders Aaron and Kingsley, Mecca and Godwin. I'm just saying the shorter versions. I don't want to mess up their name too much. Decided to try to address the issue by manufacturing inverters and other equipment themselves. Source the individual components wherever they could and assembling them on circuit boards in their rooms. So already, this is one thing that you, if you don't really know, you're gonna learn that. I'm pretty sure you already know. Nigerians are really resourceful. They will find a way to make something work. I mean, it could be. It's not just Nigeria. It's a lot of these developing nations where they don't have no choice. They don't have everything manufactured all nicely and neat and stuff like that. Like, they have to figure out, okay, what components work, put it together, and they just get it done. So this is another thing I like seeing, I like explaining, because a lot of us in just Western countries or whatever, we think everything has to be perfect and simple and in a nice square in a box, and it's just like, no, it's not true. Like, you can get anything done. This is why I want just being in America. I see the opportunity everywhere. I know there's loud voices that say, okay, nothing, you can't do anything in Nigeria, especially if you look some type of way or you have some type of background or something like that. It's not true. You can do anything. If these Nigerians can find a way to manufacture something in their room and pick out parts and pieces, not from a regular store, but like just going around and getting stuff, then I mean, there's just no excuses. So they presented a minimum viable product MVP at the university's trade fair in 2016. The event was attended by the state governor, and this, along with other public appearances, helped the new business to attract public funding. They actually secured $157,000 in seed funding over 2 separate tranches. I mean, that's pretty good. That's excellent. When we started, we were doing more advocacy work. Just going around talking to people, educating them about capabilities of solar and potential fuel savings. But there's also a stigma in Nigeria. Lots of people had faith in solar when it first came on the scene, but lost faith because it didn't work. And then they explained to them why. Often there was a lack of trust. The equipment would get damaged or stop working, and no one would be able to fix it. And that's the biggest part. I think that's a great opportunity for someone that knows how to work on solar panels, or has the expertise. Or you could just teach people. You could start some type of school, or if you want to make it online, offline, whatever, you could teach people these skills on how do you repair solar panels. I'm sure a lot of people will sign up for that, and at least you have those people there, and then they can partner with the manufacturers of solar panels. So, and then it ends up getting abandoned. In 2018, Greenidge relocated to the state capital of Enugu to set up a modest factory. The team believes that smaller regional cities like Enugu present huge opportunities and are often overlooked compared to more popular and famous hubs such as Lagos. Lagos and Abuja are the hotspots for most solar retailers. By working with a network of distributors and technicians, our products and services are currently available in 21 of Nigeria's 36 states. That's pretty good. This is a huge market of tens of millions of people who need access to reliable electricity. I wonder how so since they're manufacturing it, I guess they was able to bring down the cost, since they don't have to worry about import taxes. If they're creating the products themselves, then of course, I mean, you're getting it from the source, so you should be able to have a lot of savings from that. Most of the people in the solar trade, are traders importing equipment and selling it to consumers. We don't see ourselves as simply traders or salespeople. We see an opportunity to capture a lot more of the value chain here in Nigeria. And this is the solar panel. Look at nice. Especially putting it on these type of roofs, so it definitely takes good skill. Yeah, doing some good work. This is what I like to see. This is what I like to see us doing. The manufacturing process. Greenidge factory in Enugu is filled with countless boxes of different components ready to get attached to boards and housed inside casings. Explains that 70% of the parts are sourced locally, with some specialist components such as diodes being imported, sourcing the raw materials locally. So hey, if you're a technician, electrical engineer, or in that space, maybe you could start manufacturing diodes and be a supplier in Nigeria or somewhere in West Africa, or Africa. So that can be an opportunity for someone that understands these. Sourcing the raw materials locally. Uche and his co-founders agree is the biggest challenge in the business. Greenidge sells a full range of products, including the charge controllers and inverters assembled in Enugu. A small inverter retails for 160,000 naira, around $260, whilst the largest retails for about almost $5,000. These units can reach up to 30 kilovolt amps, which can handle enough power to light a large family home with a number of heavy appliances. An idea I had, so when it comes to energy draw in a house, especially really any house, but I'm thinking of just in the region, West Africa, the biggest draw is usually the AC. The AC consumes because of the compressor. It consumes a lot of power. And I was thinking, like, why don't a lot more of these African homes build whole house fans? So if you're not, actually, a whole house fan is basically a fan that it's installed in the attic and it has louvers in the highest floor. So there's a switch that turns on the fan and the louvers open, and then it draws up all the hot air, because hot air rises, it increases. And what it's doing is it takes it into the attic area, at least here in the States, the attic. And then that hot air is there. You have to have your windows open so it draws in fresh air, and then it's supposed to get rid of all the hot air, and it makes the whole house cooler. Let me see if I can find. Come on. Just want to show you how it looks like. So maybe this one's a good. Kind of see how hot air is forced out. The attic vents, cooler is drawn through the windows. Here's the fan. Let me show you a better setup. Yeah, so this is basically, this is how it looks like. And then once you turn on the louvers, then the fan is right here. It just kicks it out. Let me see a nice looking picture. Designed to ventilate homes and closed areas. So anyways, the reason why I'm saying that is it can cut down on the power usage. So it can really help a home so that it doesn't use so much energy. And also it doesn't put that, I forgot what it's called, but stuff into the ozone layer. But anyways, so Uche, whose aim is to replace imported components with locally made equivalents, believe that Greenidge products can be up to 30% cheaper than imported version. Its inverters and charge controllers are interchangeable with other brands of panels and batteries, and can therefore be slotted into new or existing setups. So this is the maintenance part. This is the maintenance part. They should be training people how to do maintenance on this. That could be something that they can expand into. Additional components such as solar panels and batteries are sold, although they are not manufactured locally. Okay, that takes a lot of experience, especially with the batteries and the acid. As well as price. Complexity of setup is another major barrier for many consumers that might otherwise consider solar panel. Unlike diesel generators, there are many different components that factor and many technical terms that people are unfamiliar with. So as producing components, Greenidge Technology also has a business unit that specializes in installing solar microgrids and home systems. The team will inspect the house or business and provide recommendations for exactly which system is needed. We have installed more than 700 kilowatt of solar power across the country. That's more than 200 homes across the country. While most of the business has come from word of mouth, they need to work on that. The company also uses mixed traditional and digital marketing channels, including billboards, radio, Facebook, and LinkedIn AdWords to reach new customers. And have a website up. I don't know if they have a website. Greenidge recently raised 500,000, half a million in funding from impact investor all on Nigeria. It plans to use these funds to expand the factory and distribution network so that businesses can produce and sell more units. By the end of 2023, the company is aiming for a monthly product volume of 200 units and 500 units by the end of 2025. Beyond that, it is looking at exporting beyond Nigeria and replicating other factories in other countries. So there you have it. So this is what this entrepreneur is doing. They saw a need. Everyone needs electricity, especially solar panels, really good. But when it comes to maintenance and providing a product that can sustain itself over the course of its life, hey, they're trying to fill in this gap. And there's also opportunities for other people to get into it. You can even do the same thing. It doesn't have to be just one person. Like, multiple people can do this. So that it makes the healthy competition always makes for better products and services. So I hope this video was insightful and you learned a lot from it. If you want to support this channel, then definitely like this video and follow me, so you can definitely help me grow and I can produce more content and more information out there so that people understand what's actually going on in West Africa and how they can be a part of this business entrepreneurship environment. So there you have it. Catch me in the next video.